In today's video, we're going to be checking out the Lucky Box Your Crate draw, Lucky Box Your Crate event in COD Mobile. Basically, it takes a bunch of different items from two, I think it's like 2 separate or 3 separate crates, and then combines them and it lets you pick between them to create your own lucky box. So yeah, it's quite a cool quite cool event, and some quite decent skins here, that being the steel blue skins. So yeah, if you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to of course like and subscribe. And I did decide to choose the RUS. So yeah, if you do my RUS loadout, then make sure to of course stay tuned here for that. And let's get into the video. Today's shoutout goes to Shoutout Gaming. They have 136 subscribers at the time of recording this video, and they do mainly multiplayer. Actually, they do multiplayer and battle royale content, but at the moment they're mainly uploading multiplayer content. So yeah, if you do go on to enjoy any of their videos, make sure to of course like the videos you do enjoy and subscribe to their channel. Of course, I'll have links down below in the description and up on the screen here. So yeah, make sure to go over, be positive, and leave any positive comments on what they're doing correctly, and be constructive by giving them any tips on how they can improve their videos. And yeah, make sure to go over, be supportive and constructive, and let's get into the video. Okay, so here we are on the draw. As you can tell, there's actually no music to this one. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how this one works. I do have, of course, as you can see, I have finished the first lucky box. But it says, lucky box your crate. If you get 3 primary weapons. Now I don't know what that means, but I think the 3 primary weapons are the are like the steel blue ones. So I don't know whether that means whether you can create a new draw after you finish this one, or whether you have to. Well, that's it. I've got enough score points. So I'll do another one. Why not? And I got the Vine Grove. Not too bad. I actually did like the Vine Grove skins. But yeah, as you saw, actually didn't see, but you could basically you get rewards from a few different crates, and then you are able to pick which ones you want, and then you can use them. So yeah, definitely a really cool idea. I do really like it. Obviously, the one I chose was the RUS Steel Blue because it was the only one I wanted. Honestly, I've already got the Legendary Type 25 and the Legendary AGR that both have better iron sights than I think than those two. But yeah. So yeah, now of course, like I said, and then you just basically turns the rules you pick into a lucky box style opening. So yeah, really cool, really interesting. So yeah, and now let's get into the training mode. Now I'll show you off the skins I received from the draw. And yeah, of course didn't get a character skin. I didn't choose a character skin, of course, because I wanted the steel blue one instead of the character skin. But yeah, it was a super fun draw. And yeah, I actually got quite lucky. As you can probably see, I got all the epics outside the last 3 pools. So as you saw, I got the Man of War Steel Vine, the Man of War something Vine, wasn't that? So yeah, now let's go into the training mode, and I can show you off the steel blue and the crown bit. Actually maybe not the nade, but yeah, and the crown bit as well. So yeah, now let's get into, of course, the training mode. Yeah. Okay, so here we are in the training mode. As you can see, I do have the RUS equipped. And yeah, let's check out the crown bit first. As you know, I didn't get a character skin, so yeah, quite a cool crown bit. It's kind of like acid all over it. It's got some nice animation to it, and the green colour is kind of nice. But overall, it's not my thing, I don't think. So it's definitely going to be an 8 out of 10. No, 6.5 out of 10. It's still a decent one, though. And of course, here we have the RUS Steel Blue. It's an interesting skin. It's not a. It's more of a slightly more realistic than a what's it called? What's a more realistic kind of metallic skin, because also it is steel blue. Than a quite colourful skin, but it's quite a cool one, I would say. It's definitely a very different design compared to what most of them are. Here's the reload animation, but yeah, it's actually quite a really nice one. I would actually say it's quite worth picking up on one of the steel blue ones, and it's got decent iron sights as well. Compared to, I prefer these iron sights compared to normal RUS at least. So yeah, definitely a really nice one. It's really nice metallic. I'm not sure how much colour though. However, so it's going to get a 7 out of 10 for me. Maybe the cranberry gets a 4.5 out of 10 from me instead of a 6. Instead of a 6, because that was a bit higher, I think. But yeah, it's actually quite a cool one. You could put a camera on it if you don't like the colours, but I would say that ruins the effects. So yeah, definitely one I would stay away from putting completionist cameras on. Because it's quite a cool one itself, by itself, I would say. So yeah, definitely one this is an event I'd definitely recommend doing if you do have some spare points laying around. Because you could get lucky and get a decent reward early. Yeah. Okay, so and as the RUS, it's kind of like a slightly worse version of the PDW or the CODM or even the CBR. It has decent accuracy and decent range, or decent range for an SMG, but it's just a little bit lackluster in the base damage, I would say, compared to those guns for it to be quite as usable. Although it does have decent hip fire. It's still quite it's got, and also has 0 recoil, which makes it now really makes it an easy gun to use, I would say. Not quite as good as some others in this category though, which is why but it is definitely a fun gun to use. And it didn't necessarily feel really bad. It just felt a bit worse than some other guns. So yeah, maybe if they give this one a buff, it might be meta. I don't think the RUS has ever been meta actually for some reason, even though it's been in the game for like the longest time. But yeah, it's definitely a really nice gun. I had a lot of fun using it. We got some decent games with it as well. So I would highly recommend picking this up if you do get the chance to. Of course, that is if the RUS is or SMGs are your preference. Of course, you might prefer to get the AGR or the Type 25, depending on whether you like those guns or not. I just prefer the RUS. It's kind of an easy gun to use, and it's got some decent iron sights to it, and it's kind of a nice weapon to just play. More casual. It's a more casual weapon, I would say. It's definitely an easier one to use. It's definitely one that I do enjoy using. I haven't actually used it too much since before this video. But I'm definitely might pick it up again after this video because it is a really fun one to use. I kind of forgot how fun it is to use, so yeah. Of course, here is the hip fire spread. Of course, it isn't built up hip fire spread, but so it might not be the best. As you can see, it's slightly all over the place, so it's going to get a 7. Probably about 4.5 out of 10 for the recoil. Well, not recoil, the hip fire spread accuracy. Here is the recoil. Actually, not too bad. It goes to the side a tiny bit at the start, but other than that, it's basically straight up, and it hasn't got too much kick to it, so it is super easy to control and kind of learn how to control. So yeah, definitely one that I would I'd highly recommend picking up if you are bored. If you do want to RUS SMG, you are bored of this, something like the PP19 or the some other more versatile SMGs. So yeah, I think it's actually kind of similar to the PDW in a way. But yeah, definitely really fun to use. I would highly recommend checking it out. So now let's have a look at the damage numbers, of course. 25, that's actually decent, so it guarantees 4-shot at this range. It won't be able to 3-shot, unfortunately. It's 30 to the chest and head, actually, damn. And 30 is a hands for some reason, and then 28 to the arms. So yeah, guaranteed 4-shot at this range, which is pretty decent for an SMG, I would say. Especially because it does have a higher fire rate. Not the most SMGs, but like, yeah. Guaranteed 5-shot at this range, and then after that range, it's kind of like the effectiveness is kind of drop a bit after this range, I would say. 24, 26, I saw that, and 26 the head, of course. And they've got around the low teens. So yeah, definitely a gun you want to be using in the close to medium range. But it's still a really pretty fun one to use in those ranges. And yeah, so I'd highly recommend picking up a skin, or if you do play the AGR or Type 25, those skins, because the steel blue skins are definitely really cool. And I believe the character skins, from what I can remember, aren't that good. So yeah, definitely a really fun one to use and a really nice skin to pick up. So yeah, now let's get into, of course, the ranked gameplays.
Ready for deployment. Hardpoint is ours.
Enemy contact. Changing mag.
Missiles have the hardpoint. Friendly EMP systems incoming. Yeah. Hardpoint is ours. Our UAV has been destroyed. Friendly UAV has been destroyed. Hardpoint contested.
Okay, so here is the loadout I decided to go for with this gun. As you can see, it's an accuracy, range, mobility build, so it increases all the main things. Accuracy, range, because the RUS is actually a is actually more of a versatile gun, and then the mobility, more versatile SMG. And then of course the mobility, because it's an SMG, you want it to be slightly more compatible, as I've shown you, the damage up close isn't quite as good as some others, and also I think it has slight slower fire rate than some other SMGs as well. So we have the monolithic suppressor for the plus science ability and plus 25% damage at range. This is probably one of the only SMGs where I'd recommend using the monolithic suppressor over the tactical suppressor, because this is one of the only SMGs that has plus 25% damage at range for the monolithic suppressor. Then we have the MIP light barrel short, so the minus 16% ADS time, plus 2% movement speed, and plus 8% ADS movement speed. We have the OWC skeleton stock with a minus 15% ADS movement speed and minus 8% ADS time. We have the 50% mag with a plus 20 mag capacity. And finally, the granulated grip tape with a minus 11.6% ADS bullet spread.